Hello friends, and welcome to Fishcraft. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so very much. And oh my goodness, it's been a little bit of time since I made my last video, and that's because I've done a lot of fishing, and I don't know if I even have time to do anything anymore. Which is okay, I suppose. I mean, this series is mostly just me doing a bunch of fishing and stuff, but I feel bad that I'm not being productive with my time. Though I do guess that kind of depends on who you're asking what productive means, because I did get 6 mending books and a whopping 11,600 fish caught this past 2 weeks or so. Now I know that number could be a lot bigger, but I have been thoroughly distracted I've been thoroughly distracted because I have given myself 3 goals that I want to try to accomplish, maybe in the next couple years or so. I don't know if Fishcraft is gonna last that long, but we'll see, and I'll certainly do my best. Okay, so goal number 1 is to become a shipwright, which means I need to learn how to build ships and like understand all the different pieces that you'll need to put one together, not just in Minecraft, but in also real life. Although I don't expect to be able to do it actually in real life, I want to be able to understand how to do it. So that's goal 1, learn how to build boats and what all the different types of boats are called and all that kinds of stuff. And goal number 2 is to become a wharfinger or a dock master or a harbor master or whatever it is you call it, but I like the term wharfinger. It's such a cool little word. That's a cool little word. I love it. So pretty much all their duties is to operate a dock or a pier or a wharf or something along those lines, and to deal with like cargo and assigning people little parking spots at the dock and stuff, all the big old boats and stuff, kind of just being the overall master of the harbor. And I think that is amazing, and that sounds really fun. So I'm gonna learn about it. However, there's a lot of business aspects to this that I don't quite comprehend yet, but that's okay, because I'll be reading all kinds of textbooks, and I'll be doing my very, very best to understand it. Which does move us on to the 3rd goal, which is my favorite, fishmongering. I'm gonna have to learn how to prep and prepare and do all kinds of fish related stuff. I'm gonna learn how to do actual fishing, real life stuff. I'm gonna do all the reading, all kinds of logistics, how to sell it, marketing, all there's so many things and I don't understand. But what I'm most excited for the fishmongering stuff is learning about the fish themselves. So I'm gonna be taking on the responsibility of trying to learn a bunch of different fish types. I've actually been inspired by my friend IYG Melissa for being a marine biologist, I think is what she was. And that was crazy inspiring. So I'm gonna try and do my very best to learn all that I possibly can about fish and fishmongering related activities, which honestly, it took me long enough. I've been here for like 6 months or whatever, and I still don't know nothing about fish. So I need to learn that. Also, do please take everything I've just said with a grain of salt, because I'm not exactly the greatest at learning things, but I really just want to understand the basics of everything that I am currently passionate about. So that's what I'll be trying to do. So step 1, shipwright. Step 2, wharfinger. Step 3, fishmonger. Easy. I know reading is not a good replacement for years of actually doing this stuff in person, and I'm okay with that. I understand. I don't expect to learn very much about this stuff at all, but I'll certainly be doing my best. And that is all that I can do. With that being said, I have already been doing some reading for the past 2 weeks or so. I've been really sucked into this, and I think I've got at least the very bare minimum amount of knowledge down for shipbuilding, at least in Minecraft, and like the nautical terms and the names of some of the ropes and the lines and stuff, so that I can more accurately build myself a big old boat, which is what we're going to be doing in today's video. And unfortunately though, because I do also now contain at least a little bit of information about boats and stuff, I'm having a hard time looking at these other boats I have here because they are incredibly inaccurate. I had no idea what I was doing. So in the future, I may actually go through and do a bit of adjusting to these other boats I've got here, because what is going on here? The shrouds, which are these giant ropes here, are supposed to connect to the bottom of the main mast, which is the one on the bottom, and this one only goes up to like halfway and it connects on the side. Like, that doesn't make any sense at all. Okay, I need to move on, or I'm gonna get stuck in talking about boats, which moves us on to the next part of the video, which is talking about boats, because we got a big old boat we need to make today, and it's quite a big boat, and I'm really excited to get started. This boat I'm gonna be building is called a barque, B-A-R-Q-U-E. I think it's spelled really funny, but that's okay. We don't really care about how the ships are spelled. First things first is we need to do a bit of shulker box organizing, because they're in a bit of disrepair. I always forget to organize them before I start the video, so they're just filled with a bunch of fishy stuff, which wasn't an issue at all, because I do know my way around my storage area pretty well, so it goes pretty quickly most of the time. I did, however, want to share a little bit of information about this little villager. I had no idea you could trade fish for emeralds. Look at this, 1 puffer fish for an emerald. That's crazy deals. What? This is such a good idea. Look, you could trade 1 emerald plus 6 raw cod and it cooks them for you. Or 10 cod for an emerald. Like, these are some crazy deals. And it could be... Oh, it's like, I thought it was a pair of eyes. That scared me. This could be a really good way of potentially getting some early game loot and stuff, so I'll definitely keep this in the back of my mind for the future. I don't, however, condone the use of trading fish for emeralds. That is not a fair trade at all. Even if it's 1 for 1, fish hold a much higher value to me than just an emerald. That doesn't make any sense. So we've got our ender chest, we've got our bed, so we should be good to go and get started on collecting up the resources we need to build this big old boat. So let's go do that. Right, so first things first, I'm probably gonna need a bunch of oak, so I just need to go find a forest. No problems. Hey, this place is pretty cute. I reckon this is a good little spot for some oak collecting. I've never been here before, but I'll definitely make sure to replant. Don't want to hurt the environment. Let's get to chopping. Also, I am really sorry if there's lots of talking in this video. I've been in a really talkative mood since I haven't been able to make videos in a while, so it feels really good to do just the regular little monologue stuff that I haven't done in a little while. I also am having some mic issues, so I'm sorry if it peaks sometimes. 11 more to go. Almost done repopulating the little trees that we've chopped down. Can you believe it? Can you believe it that it's already been over 100 years since we've done this? I can't believe it. It's been so long. I guess we could plant the birch saplings as well. I reckon that's a good idea. Oh, back in my day, when you planted a birch sapling, you were doing a good deed, not chasing internet clout. You were trying to preserve the earth, not gain followers. Oh, how the times have changed. I don't know what that was. Oh no, I'm recording. All right. Well, we've got all the different wood that we need. We've got nearly an entire shulker box of oak logs. Also, I've realized I've learned why I have a hard time saying shulker box, and it's because I grew up playing Pokemon Crystal, and Shuckle was my favorite Pokemon. So I keep on trying to say Shuckle instead of shulker, and it's hard for me to say it now. Shuckler box. I don't know why I've told you this, but I just thought I'd clarify because I always seem to have issues saying shulker box for some reason. I also really want to delete that old man clip, but I don't know. If I'm pressing record, I usually try to keep it in the video if I can. So I can't go back. It's gotta stay. I just flew all the way back home, and then I remembered that I also needed acacia as well. So here I am in the acacia forest, or what are these called? Acacia Badlands, Savannah. Aha, there we go. We're in the Savannah biome, so we're gonna grab a couple stacks of this and we'll be on our way. Many stacks of acacia later, and we should be good on the wood front for this boat at least. Although I do think I still need just a little bit of warped, but I can't be bothered going to the nether anymore, so I'm just gonna use what I've got in reserve already, since I just need a couple of stairs. So it's no big deal. Which does now move us on to the wool collecting part of the sailing boat, which honestly I think might be the most resources I need, because I didn't use any other blocks as the decorative stuff, because usually whenever I would build a sail, like in my mind, I thought I was gonna use all kinds of blocks that would make it more dirty and stuff, like bone blocks and like stripped oak and stripped birch and stuff, and then do the gradient in between. And no, I didn't do that. I completely forgot to do that. I just used just a bunch of white wool, and that was it. So we've got some pretty clean sails on our boat. I have, however, unfortunately done a lot of talking in this video, so I'm just gonna move on, and we're gonna find where we're gonna put this boat, and we're gonna get started. Oh, I've just realized I have another boat over here. Oh, it's so bad. It's completely wrong. There's no... At least I've got the shrouds right, at least. No, I don't. Oh, I've got these wrong too. Goodness gracious, what am I doing? In case you're wondering what I've got wrong here, the shrouds are only supposed to go until the very tippity top of the main mast, which is the bottom one right here, before they reach a thing called a top, which is just a little platform where they spread the shrouds out so that they're not at such an acute angle, and they help spread the load to to the top mast here, so that's a bit more supported. And I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. And also a bunch of other things that I really don't think I've got time to talk about. So let's just start placing this new boat, and hopefully I'll right a few wrongs. And oh my goodness, do I hope I did here, because I had no idea it would take this many resources to get this thing done. I mean, I know I had the materialist for it, but still. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I don't think I could have done this without scaffolding. That has single-handedly saved me from going crazy. So if anybody's got plans to do a bunch of boat building and stuff in the future, I cannot recommend scaffolding enough. And Lightmatica, of course. Been a really long day, but oh my goodness, we finally got the boat done, and it is beautiful. I love it so much, and it is so much bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I mean, I know I built it in a creative world, but I don't think I quite grasped how large it was until I actually had to manually place every single block. Also, this is Benjamin, or I'm sorry, Benji. I found him just floating in the water here, so I popped him on a lead. So we've got our captain of the ship. The ship's name is Bridget, by the way. I had my sister name it, and I love it so much. I suppose I should give you a small little look-see from a distance of what the boat looks like. Oh, I could just use FreeCam for this. There we go. Yeah, here we go. Here is the lovely Bridget. I am so proud of this ship. I can't even explain it. My first ever slightly accurate, I guess, sailing ship. I almost called it a pirate ship, but no, this is a very fancy ship. I even added the colors from the flow boat over here so that I kind of have a theme, I guess, around my boats and stuff or so. Though it probably isn't gonna stick. I just really like these colors. Moving right along. Last week, I made a community post asking for everybody who had any questions or anything to leave them under the post, and oh my goodness, you all left so many questions. So I thought it'd be a really good idea if I did my regular fishing, but I did it with the questions over the top of it. So I'll just be doing my fishing right here like this, right? I'll just regular old fishing, but then with the comments over it. Okay, here we go. And my very first question comes from Empress Littlebit, who asks, why did you choose a black cat as your avatar? I used to have a calico cat as my avatar because it was all that I could get on Bedrock Edition, and it was super cute and I really loved it. But when I made my switch over to Java Edition, I needed something that was a bit more editable. So about 3 years ago, I found this little face on Planet Minecraft or something like that, and it's stuck ever since. So it's been a bit over 3 years, I think, since I've been using this face. And she also asks, what is your favorite hobby outside of Minecraft? Well, I really like gaming. Oh, I guess I do longboarding and stuff too. And then finally, she says, if you were a bard, what instrument would you play and what stories would you tell? A bard they're mobile, right? So probably a piano isn't a good one, so I might have to go with the flute. Yeah, so definitely flute. As for the stories I would tell, I don't really know very many stories. I'm not very good at writing and stuff, so I would say hopefully some good ones that are filled with lots of fish and many boats and stuff. Thank you. I'm the worst at this. Oh, I didn't even realize it. Man, this is hard. I'm so sorry. Then we have a question from a man with a plan that says, how does it feel being so awesome? And I don't know. You tell me. Zella says, how much longer do you think Fishcraft Season 1 is going to last? That's a really hard question to ask, but I'm gonna say, just a rough estimate, I'm gonna say until the Minecraft 1.22 drop comes out, or I get so incredibly bored of it that I simply cannot continue, which isn't gonna happen. Then, of course, we have Bale Mage, who says, how are you doing, Puddle? I'm doing really good, thank you. I'm a bit tired, but I'm doing great. And then we have K-Cal, who says, what inspired you to start Fishcraft, and how did you learn to make such fun and enjoyable videos? Well, my love for fishing, actually, is what inspired Fishcraft. About 3+ years ago now, I had my very first Fishcraft series came out, which was on Bedrock Edition, by the way. I recorded the whole thing, and I didn't have very good equipment, and it was a very low-budget PC, and I was working way too much, and I just could not commit to it, and I was also very nervous, so it was terrible. Yeah, I guess my own love for fishing is what inspired Fishcraft. And how did you learn to make such fun and enjoyable videos? I have no idea. I don't know how to do that. But if there's anything I have to say, it's learn from those that you look up to. Don't copy them, but just take what you do really love and try to do it yourself, just in a way that says you. And then we have some questions from Dead Halo. The first one is, how long do videos take to make and edit? It's pretty much the entire week. It takes a really long time for me to come up with these builds and to plan everything out and to do my regular whole bunch of fishing and stuff. So about 7 days. But if I'm in a real hurry, I can probably dedicate 4 days to one video and I can get it done. They also ask, can you give another shout out to your skin artist? I sure can. Their links and all their different links and stuff are in the description, and they will be of every single video I post from this point forward. And their name is Lanistry. They also ask, have you thought of doing a video with others? And I have, actually. I have done videos with other people already. I've done some Cobblemon streams with Mr. Lucky Lane Zero, so I guess that counts. And Dead Halo's last question is, have you thought of making another series? If so, what do you think will be? I definitely haven't. I've been very thoroughly engrossed with Fishcraft and all my fishy endeavors that for the very far foreseeable future, I will be doing all kinds of fishing. Then we have a question from Dushek that says, do you fish in real life too? Or do you maybe have a fish tank? And why do you love fish so much? I don't know why I love fish so much. I've just been around them a lot my whole life with all the games that I've been playing. And no, I don't do any fishing in real life. I have a hard time wanting to do that because I really love the fish. So it's hard for me to want to catch them or hurt them, I guess. Then we've got a question from Tadpole that says, what are some pointers you can give for people who want to start building better than other tutorials and stuff? Well, I don't really know. I don't think I have much to suggest here because I don't have a lot of original thoughts, I suppose. A lot of the time I take full inspiration from video games and shows and movies and stuff all around me. So just build a lot and use plenty of reference. Then we have a question from Whiffs that says, if you could change/add anything to fishing in Minecraft, what would it be? And I definitely have to say more fish, because as it stands, we've only got like 4 different kinds of fish you can catch in the game. So after a little while, it kind of is, it's the same thing over and over again, and you don't get much thrill out of it. If you're a regular person, of course. I have plenty of thrill here. I love it. I keep fishing forever. Then the Chilling Frog says, how can you fish so much and not get bored? I don't know. I just really, really love fishing, and it's hard to get bored when you love something so much. So I guess if you're somebody who doesn't quite like fishing so much, my recommendation is to pop on some Netflix or something, or to do some reading while you listen for all the fish. Then we've got a question from Fallowfoot that says, how do you choose the color palettes and block variation you use? What is your favorite build you've ever made? And what is your favorite movie? Well, for the block palette stuff, I have no clue at all about any of this stuff. I just choose colors that I think look really pretty together. I don't understand any of it. What is my favorite build I've ever made? I reckon I think I love all of my builds the same, because I don't know if I've ever made anything that I've never just poured my absolute heart and soul into. So some builds might look better than others, but all of them have probably the same amount of actual effort put into them. So I do love all of them. And my favorite movie is Flow. Nothing Particular asks, Dredge video when? I'm not really sure. If I did do a Dredge video, it would definitely have to be on my second channel. But for now, I don't think I have any plans for a Dredge video, as fun as that might be. Samwise Plays says, what is your favorite book? I'm gonna have to say it's probably the entire Warriors series. They also ask, what is a very obscure fact about yourself? You'll never guess this one, but I like fishing. They also ask, is this a good question? Yes, it is. Then we have a question from Isaybox that says, what cartoon character do you relate to the most? And if you could live on a boat, what would it look like? Does that cat from the Flow movie count? I guess they're cartoon, but they're also animated. Yeah, definitely the cat from Flow. They like fishing. They got a boat. That's like my two main things right now. And if I had to choose a boat to live on, it would definitely be called the Chesamaree. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but it means roughly, I think, tide chaser. It's an old ship that was used by fishmongers and stuff to help haul fish and stuff inland. So definitely that one. Liquid Void says, why do you fish so much? I have no idea. Please help me. Then we have Sabina Park, aka Spooky Fox, that says, what is your favorite fish? And I'm gonna have to say the salmon, because again, I don't know what it is about salmon, but they're just so cute. I just love the little salmon. And look, they're on my side right there too. And then we have Rapid Fire Questions by Prismatic Hue that says, what motivated you to start making videos? Fish. What kind of tech do you need to get started? A computer and a will to survive. Then they ask, like your other fans, I love all the colors you have for Fishcraft. Have you studied color theory or anything with art training? Not even a little bit. None, zero. I have no clue about any of this stuff at all. Then they also say, please order your preference, lake, river, or ocean. I would definitely say ocean, lake, and then river. They also ask, do I travel? And if so, what are some dream destinations and why? I definitely don't travel but I really want to go see the ocean someday. And they also say, what would be the best thing about being a cat? Fish. Then, of course, we have a question from I'm the Flu that says, do I also like fish IRL? And if so, what are your favorite fish and why? Definitely the goldfish, because I feel like I can relate to them quite a lot in terms of brain productivity. And then they ask, what is your favorite animated show? Currently, I would have to say, if we're talking about shows and not movies, I would have to go with Amphibia. I quite like Froggies. I like Froggy Frog Ribbit Ribbits. While on the topic of frogs, Frog Cubed asks, do you think Minecraft's fishing system could be better, and how? Absolutely not. I think it's lovely how it is. It's very relaxing. You kind of just get to sit here and do your own thing. You can multitask if you'd like. It's perfect. And then our very last question is from MBC Mekachu that says, what's a show you grew up on that you wished was talked about more nowadays? I'm gonna have to say Kimba the White Lion. I got it as a little tiny like 25-cent CD when I was little, and I really loved the music, and my brother reminded me about it, so I wanted to say that. But my first thought was Fraggle Rock, but I guess either of those are good. And that concludes the Q&A and also my fishing. I've got a lot of editing I need to do, so I need to very quickly hop off and go do that. So I have just about run out of time for today's episode. So I thank you all so very much for watching this, episode of Fishcraft. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.